Can I complete Tiger Woods' 9-shot ball flight challenge without changing my swing? Now, you might be thinking, Jack, that is utterly ridiculous, but what I've got with me to help assist with this challenge is the Cobra Darkspeed Adapt driver. Now, Cobra claim that using their Future Fit 33 loft sleeve, you can change the loft and lie and correct your ball flight in any direction. So we're going to put that to the test by hitting these 9 shots. So for those of you who aren't massive Tiger fanboys, the 9-shot challenge is a drill he used to do with his coach to try and really hone in his control and his skills so that he could go out and play whatever shot the course demanded of him. So what we're going to try and do is hit a high draw straight fade, a medium draw straight fade, and then a low draw straight fade. Now ideally it would only take you 9 swings to complete those 9 shots, but I'm not Tiger Woods, I'm not that good, so it's probably going to take me a few more than that. So the challenge today is to try and complete the 9 shots in 15 balls. I've done this a few times with a 7-iron, I can generally just about do it in about 12, so 15 gives me a little bit more leeway just because it's the driver. Right, let's go hit the first one. So, shot 1, high draw. I've got this set on D8, which is the highest, most draw available that Cobra offer. So what's going to be tricky here is not changing my swing. So it would be quite easy for me to sort of fake this and manipulate the club a little bit in the swing to try and get those shots, but I'm going to do my best just to do a fairly neutral swing and let the club do all the work for me. So my target is that marker, which hopefully you can see. Swing 1. I'm having that. Bang on, absolutely bang on. Now, I've chosen to use the Max K version of the Darkspeed Adapt. This is the driver with the weight that's the furthest back away from the face and is generally the most stable and the most forgiving. This is the driver that I would generally recommend most golfers use just because it's got all the tech that Cobra put in it to make it go fast, but it's also got the big heavy weight at the back, so it's the most playable. I like this driver, it feels super solid and it's definitely one I could game. Right, let's move on. Let's go high straight now. This is going to be a tough one because actually who even hits the ball straight? Certainly not me. So I need to move this to C7 setting, which is the most loft at 2 degrees more loft, but the standard lies I should go fairly straight. So high straight. Now this one's quite hard because it's basically impossible to hit the ball straight. So we're going to put this all on Cobra, give Cobra the responsibility for this one. I've been swinging generally pretty neutral in terms of path. Oh, I healed it. It's probably a 5-yard fade, that. I'm not going to give myself that one because it was a bad strike. So that was on me. That one was definitely on me, not Cobra. Interestingly, if I'd have hit that shot on the golf course, that would have still been in the fairway. But because it was slightly heely, it has faded a little bit, so I'll redo that. I actually think that was a good swing, just a bad strike. Yeah, I'm having that. Perfect. Just really like the way this feels. This driver feels like if I sort of woke up one morning and I'd forgotten how to hit driver, I'd want this in the bag, just because it's so forgiving and it's sort of slightly on the higher end of the spin scale, which just means it's going to get out in play much more often. And you're never going to hit this that far offline, which is generally what most people need. Right, high fade. So the chart says I need to move this to B6, which is 1.5 degrees more loft, but 1.5 degrees flat, which opens the face and it's going to help me cut it. So behind the ball, every time you move the setting, the driver looks completely different. So this sits much more slightly open to my eye than that high draw setting where it looks like really lofted and really closed.
But even though it looks different, the club face is actually sitting square. Cobra use a bit of tech called Smart Pad, which means the ball flight is affected by the loft and lie changes whilst the face remains square.
Right, high fade. Perfect. Another absolute nailed shot. High cut. Perfect, good strike, ball moving left to right in the air. It's finished just slightly to the right of that marker. I'm exceptionally happy with that. Cobra's doing its job here, this is going really well. So I am trying my absolute best here to swing the same. You might tell me otherwise from the down the line camera that things are slightly changing, but I'm doing my absolute darndest to just make neutral swings and let the club do its thing. I actually really like that flight. That's a really usable flight. I love to see it go up in the air, loads of carry, and that shot is like a shot I could just peel down the fairway. Feels like Scottish Scheffler, which is nice. Right, so high shots completed in 4 shots. Let's move on to the mid trajectory shots. Let's go back to the draw because that's where I'm most comfortable. I need to move the driver now to E1 setting, which is standard loft. So that's 10.5 degrees at standard loft, but a 2 degree upright lie angle, which shuts the face and is going to help me send this ball left. You have to hit somewhere near the middle of the face for this to work, and that was the closest you could get to shanking a driver. So that's 5 swings so far. Oh, Jack, I'm losing it. I'm losing my skills. Can't hit the middle of the face. No worries. 6 swings. Mental reset. Fair swings. Just give the driver fair swings, Jack. Yeah. Just hit out of the middle and the driver can do its thing. It's not that hard. So yeah, perfect mid-draw there. Really happy with that one. It's good, it's good. 2 misses, so I'm now 3 misses in for 4 shots, 7 swings. I can afford 6 misses, so the challenge is in jeopardy right now. Okay, let's move it to standard. So presumably that's just A1, correct. Standard loft, standard lie. Starting to feel the pressure a bit now. There's only so much Cobra can do to save me on a complete miss hit. And I feel like the DS-Adapt is trying. This is the 10K head, so it's as forgiving as it comes. But those strikes were just so poor. Right, let's move on. Straight, mid-straight. There's that 5-yard fade again. I would really have liked that for my mid-fade. Getting concerning. Oh no. Another 5-yard fade. Yep. Right, let's move on from that shot. Straight's causing me some bother. Fade, I can do that. Let's move on. Mid-fade, so that is going to be setting A5. This is actually much harder than I thought it was going to be. I've been playing well recently and I've been hitting driver really good, but generally I judge a good drive by whether it goes in the fairway or not at all by its shape. So now that I'm having to actually concentrate on the shape I'm trying to hit, I'm struggling. It's harder than I thought. So props to Tiger for being able to do this, because it's quite hard. Don't change your swing. Let the club do the work. Give the driver a fair swing. Yeah. Love the fades. It's the straight ones. It's almost like the straight ones are in my head. I think the club can do it, it's just me. Perfect shot. That was absolutely perfect. So, 1 mistake. I can afford 1 mistake left. Onto the low shot. So low draw now. So that is setting F2. Low draw, so we're taking loft off, but we're in a more upright lie. It's good tech this, like it's really cool. You'd never think that you'd be able to adjust the driver so much, but Cobra have managed it with this loft sleeve, it's class. Right, low draw, should be able to do this one. This is like my bad shot, so. Oh, Jack, just dead straight. Right, that was my chance. That was my 1 miss. So we're gonna have to now do perfect 3 low shots now. Come on! I mean, I'd call that a 1-yard draw. I'm gonna give myself that one. Now, low straight. This is where I'm likely to come undone. Low straight means I need to go on to setting G3, which is the lowest possible loft. So this actually takes this driver down to 8.5 degrees. which is pretty mad. Just think about how easy this makes a club fitting. So not only can you basically just like almost fit yourself in thinking about, right, on average I miss low left or high right or whatever, you can build a driver yourself to correct that. But if you go speak to like a Cobra fitter or your local pro who sells Cobra, they've got all the different shaft options, they've got the 4 different heads to try, and you've got, on the other drivers, you've got adjustable weights on the sole. On all the drivers, you've got the Future Fit 33 loft sleeve. You've got so many options that you can buy. There's no doubt you can buy a brand new Cobra that suits your game, and I think that's really cool. Right, low straight. Come on now. If I just find the middle, every time I've hit the ball out the middle, the ball has done what it needs to. So I think I need to do my job here. Fail. That was a low fade. I hate that. I hate failing more than I like winning, so that is a real kick in the nuts. Never mind. Nearly got there, got within 2 shots of it. I'm going to hit the last 2 just to show you that it's doable. But we're going to call that a fail. Never mind. I will be attempting this again off camera. I'll make the video editor watch, just to prove that it can be done. Yep. And we'll just finish with the low fade. The low fade requires a change of setting to H4. What will be really cool is when you go for a Cobra DS-Adapt custom fit, all the fitters, I'm sure, will know the chart off by heart, and they won't have to refer to their phones like I do. And that'll be quite impressive, to be fair, because it's not an easy job, that. Right, final shot, H4, low fade. Clearly I just suck under pressure. That is why I'm not playing golf on TV, I'm playing golf on YouTube. Right, low fade to finish. Perfect. Love that. Right, well, that has been really interesting, I think, for the gear nerds out there, just to show you how much you can move your ball flight simply by just changing the settings. Cobra have done an absolutely amazing job with this Future Fit 33. I can only imagine it's going to stay on their clubs for the foreseeable future, because nothing's going to beat that. This is a great driver. I love the carbon, I love the way it feels. It's a 10K head, so it's mega easy to use. Yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed that. Hopefully you've learned a bit more about the Cobra driver and just how adjustable it is, because it's really worth getting the message out there, because Cobra are at a slightly better price point than some of the other big names, but the drivers are just as good. So if you have enjoyed that, if you could please leave us a comment, like and subscribe. It really helps us, gets this video out to more people and helps us do more cool stuff in the future. But yeah, well done Cobra, this is class.